Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Reading's Sunday worship service. My name is Tirza Mason, and I'm a member of the worship arts team. My pronouns are she and her. We choose to share our pronouns because we know people of all genders are whole, holy, and loved. We welcome you here today as we join together to create a space where we nurture and explore individual spirituality, build a committed and loving community, and help heal our world. If this is your first time with us, we are happy to have you join us. Please visit our webpage to learn more about our beloved community. There you can connect with our staff, or for those of you who are with us in the sanctuary this morning, please come speak to any one of us you see up here on the chancel in Fellowship Hall after the service. If you're watching this service online during its initial broadcast at 10 a.m. on April 7th, please join us after the service for conversation via Zoom, hosted by David Adamson. If you are attending in person, please join us in Fellowship Hall following the service for social hour. Welcome to this time we choose to spend together, in body or in spirit. We each are an integral part of this community, and you belong here. Whoever you are, and whatever brought you here today, you are welcome.
Thank you, Tirza. Good morning. My name is Reverend Laura Solomon. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am the minister here at UUCR, and it is a privilege to serve this community and the world with you. Our theme for worship this morning is embodying our bodies. So in that spirit, I invite you to do what you need to do today to make your body as comfortable as possible. Maybe you chose a seat this morning and it just feels wrong. I invite you to choose a new one. Maybe you feel more comfortable standing. There is plenty of room to stand, and I invite you to do so if it feels right. Maybe you would like an extra cushion or a fidget toy. I invite you to come up and get one. I'm going to model doing what my body needs. Absolutely, yes, thank you for helping me. I'm going to model doing what my body needs because for me, I need to change my shoes. Some days heels work for me, and other days they just don't. So I'm going to change my shoes while you all get what you need to be comfortable. So much better. Whew. It's cozy up here now. I would love it if it was just the norm that we honored our own and one another's bodies by giving them what they need without apology or explanation. Our opening words today come from the Reverend Sean Neil Barron. Your body is welcome here. All of it. Yes, even that part. And that part. And yes, even that part. The parts you love and the parts you don't. For in this place we come with all that we are, all that we have been, and all that we are going to be. Our bodies are constantly changing. Cells die and are reborn. We respond to infections and disease. Sometimes we can divorce them from our bodies, and other times they permanently become part of us. Your body and all that is within it, both wanted and not wanted, has a place here. Our bodies join in a web of co-creation, created and creating, constantly changing us, scarred and tattooed, tense and relaxed, diseased and cured, unfamiliar and intimate, formed in intimate diversity of creation. Your body is welcome here, all of it. So take a moment and welcome it. Take a moment to feel it. Take a moment to be in it. Let us worship. We light our chalice this morning with Unitarian Universalists all around the globe. I invite you to call into your heart the flame you kindle this morning, the flame of truth, of community, of commitment to love and justice. Josh and who's next to you? Awesome, and Jonah are going to light our chalice this morning. Please join me in our chalice lighting words, which can be found on the laminated sheets in the backs of your hymnals. In the light of truth, the warmth of community, the fire of commitment, we gather this day. May the flame we now kindle be to us a symbol of the holiness we seek. Excellent job. Each week we recite our children's affirmation as a reminder of the most important elements of who we are. Please join me in reciting these words. We are Unitarian Universalists, the Church of the open mind, the loving heart, and the helping hands. Thank you all. Please rise in body or in spirit and sing our opening hymn, number 208, Every Time I Feel the Spirit. I invite Kimberly and our kids to come forward to read a book with me. You all know I only choose books to read when they are very special. I think this book is very, very special, and I particularly love the illustrations in this book. So if you would like a better view of the pictures, no matter your age, you are welcome to come forward as well. This book is called Bodies Are Cool, and it's by Tyler Fetter, with illustrations also by Tyler Fetter. Big bodies, small bodies, dancing, playing, happy bodies. Look at all these different bodies. Bodies are cool. Lanky bodies, squat bodies, tall, short, wide, or narrow bodies, somewhere in the middle bodies, bodies are cool. Round bodies, muscled bodies, curvy curves and straight bodies, jiggly wiggly fat bodies. Bodies are cool. Dark skin, olive skin, every shade of brown skin, pinky pale or peach skin. Bodies are cool. Leg hair, armpit hair, fuzzy lip and chin hair, brows meet in the middle hair. Bodies are cool. Freckled bodies, hazel eyes, brown eyes, monolids and round eyes, blind and wearing glasses eyes. Bodies are cool. Freckled bodies, dotted bodies, rosy patch or speckled bodies, dark skin swirled with light skin bodies. Bodies are cool. Soft tummies, saggy tummies, flat or sticky outy tummies, innies, outies, pregnant tummies. Bodies are cool. Faint scars, bold scars, stripes from getting bigger scars, marks that tell a story scars. Bodies are cool. This body, that body, his and her and their body, however you define your body, bodies are cool. Growing bodies, aging bodies, features rearranging bodies, magic ever-changing bodies. Bodies are cool. My body, your body, every different kind of body, all of them are good bodies. Say it with me now. Bodies are cool. What do you all think I like about this book? What do you think, Ethan? It's about bodies. I like the book because it's about bodies. What do you think, Jonah? Sometimes they didn't even have shirts on. That's right, absolutely. But we could see that they had good bodies, didn't we? Yeah. What else do you think, Ethan? Everybody looks different, but it's the same. That's absolutely right. I like this book because it shows us different and beautiful types of bodies. It reminds us that our bodies are our homes, and that alone makes them beautiful and important and special. If they're sick or healthy, thin or fat, young or aging, abled or disabled, if you have scars or tattoos or hair or no hair, if you walk using your feet or using a cane or crutches, or you move using wheels, your body is important and beautiful and special. Thank you all for listening to our story. We take time during our service to light our candles of community, peace, and justice. We light our red candle of community to signify our interconnection. Wherever you are in time and space, newcomer or longtime member, here in the sanctuary or joining us virtually, we light this candle holding you in love. As we light this candle, I invite you to speak aloud the name or names of people who are on your mind and heart this morning, that we might call them fully into this space. We light our blue candle of peace for all the places worldwide where people live with the threat of war and violence. Today marks 6 months since the attack that has led to Israel's assault on the Gaza Strip. For the more than 33,000 Palestinians killed since then. For the suffering in the Middle East, we pray for peace. And we light our yellow candle of justice. May all people everywhere live their lives in freedom. And may we each do our part in the work for justice and liberation for all in our global community. As we recommit ourselves to the work of love and justice, let us each voice this commitment by saying amen. Amen. I invite you to take a breath. Feel your body. Where there are places of ease, where there are places of pain and tension, and just breathe. When your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath. And bring it back to your breath. Listening to the prayers of your heart, your mind, your spirit. Amen. If you have a joy or a sorrow you would like to honor through lighting a silent candle, you are invited to come forward now. Lucky to have the first children's choir performance today. I turn it over to Kimberly to introduce the song and our children's choir.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kimberly. My pronouns are she, her. I'm the RE coordinator here, and today is the first day of our once monthly children's choir. And once a month, the kids are welcome to come, kids and youth are welcome to come, and we'll learn one song to sing before service. And today our song is I Love My Body by Mother Moon. If she wants to come up, she can come up. Okay. All right, so we're going to sing it.
I love my body from my head to my toes. I love my face, my eyes, my mouth, my nose. I love the way I look when I look in the mirror. I stand a little closer just to see a little clearer. Who is that? It's me, and I am looking good as good can be. So what do I say? I tell myself I love me every day.
Humans are a varied and divergent bunch with all manner of beliefs, morals, values, and ideas. We have struggled to find agreement on much of anything over the centuries. Just think about how long we argued about gravity and whether the world is shaped like a pizza. But here is a completely non-controversial statement I think we have consensus around. You, my dear, have a body. And should you desire to remain on this spinning rock hurtling through space, you will need a body to do it. Everything else we think we know is up for debate. Are we spiritual beings? Depends on who you ask. Do humans have souls? We've been fighting about that one since Aristotle likened the souls of fetuses to those of vegetables. But bodies? Yep, we got those. And given this widely agreed upon reality, it seems to me if there were a place where the practice of radical love could be transformative force, the body ought to be that location. When we speak of the ills of the world, violence, poverty, injustice, we're not speaking conceptually. We are talking about things that happen to bodies. When we say millions around the world are impacted by the global epidemic of famine, what we are saying is that millions of humans are experiencing the physical deterioration of muscle and other tissues due to the lack of nutrients in their body. Injustice is an opaque word until we are willing to discuss its material reality, as, for example, the 3 years 16-year-old Khalifa Browder spent in solitary confinement in Rikers Island prison without ever being charged with a single crime. His suicide and his mother's heart attack 2 years later are not abstractions. They are the outcomes injustice enacted on 2 bodies. Racism, sexism, ableism, homo and transphobia, ageism, fat phobia are algorithms created by humans' struggle to make peace with the body. A radical self-love world is a world free from the systems of oppression that make it difficult and sometimes deadly to live in our bodies. A radical self-love world, a radical self-love world is a world that works for every body. Creating such a world is an inside-out job. how we value and honor our own bodies impacts how we honor and value the bodies of others. It is through our own transformed relationship with our bodies that we become champions for other bodies on our planet.
Thank you, choir. Oh, I need to take a breath after that one. I grew up a pretty serious ballet dancer. I danced 2 hours a day, 6 days a week, from the time I was 12 until I went to college. I loved dance. And dance is also complicated. The studio I danced at wasn't the fun type of studio with various types of dance, cool young teachers doing neat choreography. think more old dance teacher sitting with a cane she hits on the floor as she yells out counts and corrections. While many people describe anxiety dreams well into adulthood involving tests they haven't studied for or being unable to find a homeroom in high school, my anxiety dreams often involve missed entrances, not enough time to sew my point shoes, and the failure to point my feet. But dance was a place where I felt embodied. As I think back on it, what I remember most vividly is the feeling of focus and presence that settled in my spine as I began the day's exercises. The only thing I had to focus on was my body, moving in the moment. It was like the ultimate exercise of mindfulness. As I grew up, though, my body became more complicated. An injury in college stopped me from dancing, and the diagnosis of several chronic conditions over the next many years made my relationship with my body challenging. It's hard to tell the truth about our bodies, isn't it? Why is that? As our reading said, there isn't much we can all 100% agree on, but the fact that we all have a body is a pretty secure starting point. Sonia Renee Taylor's book, The Body is Not an Apology, offers that our relationships with our own bodies provide the ground from which radical love becomes a transformative force. This means telling the truth about our bodies unapologetically. It means living in our bodies unapologetically. It means taking up space. It means existing with all of your intersecting identities out loud while grounded in radical self-love. We hear a lot about self-acceptance. Everybody from Dove soap to Target is trying to sell us self-acceptance these days. But what Taylor talks about is different and is, I think, revolutionary. Taylor says, and I agree, that we live in a world of body hierarchy. It's basically a complicated intersectional ladder where cisgender people are above trans and non-binary people, white people are above people of color, and black people, particularly darker-skinned black people, are closer to the bottom. Able-bodied people are above those with disabilities on this ladder. Thin people are above fat people. Men are above women, and straight people are above queer folks. Of course, there's not actually a way to pinpoint exactly where we are on this ladder. Where do I fall as a white, queer, Jewish, Unitarian Universalist woman with chronic health conditions? Where am I in comparison to the Japanese, straight, Christian, able-bodied man? It's not possible to create an actual ladder, and yet we certainly try. And whether we want to or not, we spend all our lives trying to climb that ladder. And of course we do, because the ladder is an essential framework to the way we understand our world. So yes, the ladder and the ways we try to climb it shows up in things like anti-aging serums, skin lightening creams, and weight loss fads. But it also plays out when we opt for the more conservative haircut because we believe it will make us be taken more seriously at the office. It plays out when we cover our tattoos because we believe that they make us look less professional. When we try to make ourselves smaller to fit better in an airline seat that wasn't built for bodies our size, when we consciously or unconsciously judge or pity people for trying to fit in an airline seat that wasn't built for bodies their size, when we respond to bodies we deem more dangerous by locking our doors or clutching our purses tighter, we are reinforcing the hierarchy. Taylor describes this as a culture of apology, both apologizing for our own bodies and demanding apologies from others. And we are all constantly doing both. Taylor writes, "We too have judged the fat body at the beach. Pitied body, we have ranked our bodies against the bodies of others, deciding they are greater or lesser than based on our own prejudices and biases we inherited." But Taylor's point is that this latter is only real because we are living in the white, straight, cisgender, able-bodied man's imagination. And who's to say that's where we should live? In fact, I would say we've tried it for a while now, and given the racism, homo and transphobia, sexism, fat phobia, ableism, I'd say this experiment isn't going very well. So Taylor's solution is both incredibly simple and very complex. The solution is to get rid of the latter. The latter is only real, she says, because we keep trying to climb it. And we keep trying to climb it by judging our own bodies, by not allowing ourselves to live into our fullness, by trying to fight or change our aging bodies, our sick bodies, our fat bodies, our human bodies. So what if we got rid of the latter? What if we accepted that this ladder, this hierarchy we have organized our lives by, isn't real? What if we lived accordingly, starting with ourselves? The place where I felt happiest, most at home in my skin, most free, was working at a camp for individuals with disabilities. Various weeks over the summer, we had kids or adults with various physical, developmental, sensory, and behavioral disabilities. We were in the beautiful Catoctin Mountains in Maryland in accessible cabins with an accessible swimming pool and an accessible ramp to be able to get up on the horses. And we were having an incredibly normal camp experience. The mosquito bites, the heat pouring into the unconditioned cabins all night, the spigots in the wall we showered under, the dirt and grime and sweat, the arts and crafts, the nature hikes, the campfires. And we all engaged in and accessed camp as we were able. Some of us walked on our feet between activities, some of us were pushed in wheelchairs, some of us were led, some of us propelled our own motorized wheelchairs. Some of us ate dinner by mouth independently. Some of us were fed by another. Some of us were tube fed. Some of us made new friends by introducing ourselves verbally. Some of us by engaging in nonverbal games or silliness. Some of us engaged by sitting next to people. Some of us chose not to make new friends at all because that was what was comfortable and healthy and right for us. Whoever you were at camp, you were welcome with your full body, with your tics, your stims, your mobility aids, with your age, your special interests, your unique communication styles. That is the safest, the most welcome, the most comfortable I have ever felt. Not because I needed those accommodations, but I felt the most welcome, the most comfortable, because everyone around me was showing up whole, embodied, and they were accepted and loved, and no one was afraid of what you or your body brought. The accommodations were already in place, so whatever anyone brought into the room was welcome. Being in an environment with that kind of welcome is what made me know I was welcome too. Only an environment in which it felt as though everyone was safe, could create an environment of safety that allowed me to be my full, embodied self. So much so that now, 20 years later, Camp Greentop is still the place my mind goes to when I imagine my favorite place. It's still the place that holds memories of being most embodied, most at home in my skin, most in love with people and the world and who I am. It's where I remember being the most happy, the most silly, the most me, because I could be myself there without apology. Taylor was on the podcast We Can Do Hard Things in January of 2023. There, she explained, no matter where you are on the ladder, someone is below you. There is someone in this world that has a body that is deemed less valuable than yours. And every time you take another step, you are ensuring that they stay low. And so until you get off that ladder, we will continue to have a world of inequity where your body is valued more than my body. If we say we're about justice, if we say we're about equality, if we say we want marginalization done away with, then we have got to do away with marginalization inside of ourselves. We have got to get off the ladder. We can't say, I really want a world where all bodies are valued equally, but I got to figure out how to make my body better. If we're not seeing the holiness and the preciousness of our own bodies, it is harder for us to see it in others, and we continue to allow this to happen. In our opening reading, Taylor made it real for us by talking about real people, real examples by which the hierarchy is perpetuated. I've read Taylor's book multiple times, and what I appreciate most about it is that she makes me see the way I am complicit in the system. That though I believe in radical self-love and using radical self-love to dismantle oppression, and though I will literally preach the message, I'm still complicit. When I get frustrated with my body that won't do at 38 what it did at 18 or 28, I am climbing the ladder. When I judge my body for aging, I am reinforcing the hierarchy, thereby ensuring my 38-year-old body stays more valuable than the 68, 78, 88, 98-year-old people that I love. When I have feelings about the fact that my clothes don't fit the way they once did or the ways I think they should, I am climbing the ladder. I'm ensuring that my body stays more valuable than my fat friends' bodies. Of course, I don't believe I'm superior, more valuable, better. But when I judge my body and my weight, I'm not living that value. When I get angry at or disappointed with my body's health or healing, when I apologize for what I can't do, when I push through instead of honoring my body's needs, I am climbing the ladder, ensuring that my body stays more valuable than the bodies of not just people with disabilities, but people I know. When I don't honor my body's need for rest, for example, I am hanging onto that ladder that says that my life is more valuable than the life of my sibling who lives with chronic illness. I'm reinforcing the notion that my body is better than the lives of disabled people by ensuring that I am perceived as healthy, as non-disabled. We can love our sick, aging, disabled, fat bodies. In fact, it is imperative that we do. The adage that none of us are free until all of us are free is true. But most of us forget to remember that that includes us. If everybody gets free, but I'm still not free of body shame, we didn't all get free. If everybody gets free, but you're still judging your body, your aging, abled, disabled, sick or healthy, fat or thin, or somewhere in between body, if you're judging that human body of yours, you're not free of body shame. So we all didn't get free. Let's get free together. And let's do it by engaging radical self-love.
The second time for all ages. So anybody who would like to come up can come up. I'm going to find my page. And I have a game to play with you. It's going to be a fun one. All right. There's the page. All right. Raise your hand if you've ever seen The Wizard of Oz. Yeah. Do you remember the Tin Man? Yeah. So this game I have today is called The Tin Person. And you might remember the Tin Man is made of tin. And they sometimes have trouble moving their body. They're very stiff. If you want, you could stand up and show me what they look like. They're very stiff. And the Tin Man sometimes needs some oil, glug, 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 to be able to move their body. So we're going to play a game. Whoever would like to stand up and play the Tin Person game may stand up and stand very still like you're made of tin. I know that everybody in the pews is a little nervous about this. Yes, you can definitely breathe. Yes, so we're going to stand up. Yes, stand up and stay very still and take a breath. And let's imagine that just your head and your neck is going to get some oil. Glug, 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 glug. So your whole body is still, but your head and your neck can move. Oh, that's a little better, right? Yes, you can breathe, you can blink. Maybe you look side to side, up and down, all around. Let's play with all the different ways we can move our head and our neck. And while we do this, we can shout out some things that we love about this part of our body. And this time, we don't have to raise our hand. If you have one, you can shout it out. Go ahead. Yes. So our eyes help us see. Who has some other things we love about this part of our body? What else does this part of our body help us do? Yeah.
You can drink.
Yes, you can drink and you can eat. What else? We can.
I just want to say
Yeah.
that when you move your head, you're kind of moving your whole body.
Oh, interesting. Let's see if we can just isolate our head. But yeah, we can hear, we can eat nourishing food, we can breathe through our nose. Okay, I'm going to give some oil to our shoulders, our arms, and our hands. Glug, 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 glug. Okay, you can move your shoulders, your arms, and your hands, and your head and your neck, however you want. Let's see what we can do. Maybe everybody will move in different ways. We can reach up, side to side. Nice. We can go fast. We can go slow. And let's shout out some things we love about our arms, our hands, and our shoulders. What can we do with this part of our body? Yeah. Oh, yes, we can do art with our hands. We can hug. Yes, we can touch things, feel things, pick things up. Yes? We can dance. Good one. Yeah? Whoa, we can jump, but we're not there yet. My legs are still stuck. Okay. Yeah? Not yet. I'm going to give some oil to our chest, our belly, and our back. Glug, 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 glug. So now we can go open and close, side to side. Oh, yeah, we can dance. We can go this way and that way. Oh, I love seeing everybody move in different ways. What are all the ways we can move our shoulders and our arms? Very good. What do we love about our shoulders, our arms? Oh, no, we did that part. Our chest, our belly, and our back. We can breathe into our belly. You're right. Yeah, all our food goes into our belly, and our belly digests all our food. What else do we love? Yeah. We can sing. You're right. We fill up with our breath and sing. What? Yeah? It would just fall out, yeah. It goes into our tummy. All right, I'm going to give some oil to our hips and our knees. Glug, 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 glug. Now we can move our knees, we can move our hips. Let's figure out all the ways we can move our hips. You could go around, side to side. Oh yeah, our knees might bend. Maybe one knee is easier to bend than the other. My feet can't move yet, whoops. What are the things we love about our hips and our knees? What do they help us do? Yeah, our hips can help us dance. What else? What? Oh, we can't move our feet yet. Not yet. What? Yeah, our knees help us bend. What? Yeah. Yeah, our knees help us squat. We can bend. We can dance. Lift things from our hips. You're right. Yes, go upstairs. All right, last part. I'm going to give our feet and our legs some oil. Glug, 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 glug. All right. All right. What do I love about these parts of our body, our legs and our feet? We can fully move our bodies now. Let's move our entire body, however it feels good to move. Yeah. Yeah, we can dance. We can walk and run. Anyone else have things we love about our feet and our legs? Yeah, our feet help us connect to the earth. All right, everyone, take one more breath and let's sit back down. Let's come all the way back down. All right, take a seat. Thank you so much for playing the game, everybody. That was really fun. And as I looked around, I noticed everybody moving their bodies in different ways. And when we dance and move, it can be fun to look at what other people are doing and feel inspired by that. And it can also be just as amazing to totally focus on our own body, not care if we look silly and move fully however it feels good for us to move. And when we do this, we can feel gratitude. And we know that our bodies of every size, ability, shape, and disability are truly amazing. Thanks, everyone.
Each Sunday, UUCR gives away half the money received in the collection plate to a nonprofit organization that shares our UU values. It's a simple yet powerful way for each of us to help heal the world by learning about and supporting the good works of charitable organizations and becoming more involved in our community. Our Share of the Plate recipient for the month of March is Our Children's Trust. Our Children's Trust is a nonprofit public interest law firm that provides legal services to youth to secure their rights to a safe environment. Climate. Founded in 2011, they represent young people who have taken climate-related legal action against federal, state, and local governments. They have represented young people from diverse backgrounds in all 50 states and countries around the world free of charge. Our Children's Trust was nominated for Share the Plate by Amy Stewart and was selected for the month of April in honor of Earth Day. Amy says, as an attorney and parent of school-aged children, I increasingly am convinced that any meaningful policy changes to combat global warming will require litigation in courts. I would like to support our Children's Trust for taking action to preserve our children's future. Please give as generously as you can to our Share the Plate offering to support both our Children's Trust and the mission of UUCR. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Melissa Martin, your Member Services and Volunteer Coordinator, and my pronouns are she and her. In our congregational life this week, connect with yourself and fellow congregants at our Buddhist meditation group on Monday evening, our Liberal Ladies and Friends gathering on Wednesday morning, or the Reading PFLAG meeting on Thursday evening. Next Sunday, we hope you'll stay for our social hour, where we'll host our very first roundtable book discussion on books that you want to share with your fellow congregants. Bring your books to share, either in conversation or to lend out. Introduce fellow congregants to books that represent our UU values and inspire others with your reflections on them. No preparation is required. All are welcome to participate, and please let me know if you have any questions. For today, all new friends are invited to stop into our social hour new visitor welcome immediately after service. And then all are invited to join me for our spirituality drop-in group on the gift of interdependence. You're invited to take this 1 hour to focus on you. No registration required and no commitment beyond this time together, where we'll breathe, reflect, and connect. So grab a beverage at social hour and head over to Loring House. Thank you to our social hour hosts today, Rebecca and Robin. You're also invited to take some flowers from the flower arrangements that you'll find in Fellowship Hall from last week's memorial service. Thank you to all of our volunteers this morning, our ushers, our social hour hosts, Rebecca for donating our chancel flowers, our Zoom social hour host, David, our tech team, our children's choir, and Kimberly, our regular choir, our amazing choir, and Bonnie, and of course our worship leaders. And thank you all for being a vital part of our congregational life. And now, please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing our closing hymn, 1024, When the Spirit Says Do. We'll sing do, sing, dance, and shout.
When the Spirit says do, you got to do
Thank you all. We are going to extinguish our chalice. Please join me in speaking the words printed on the laminated sheet in your pews. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. The adage that none of us are free until all of us are free is true, but most of us forget to remember that that includes us. If everyone gets free, but we're not free of body shame, we didn't all get free. Let's get free together, and let's do it by engaging radical self-love. Go in peace.